Craig with Watercolor Chaos. I'm going to be doing another painting today, speed paint video of Maleficent. And I really love how this one turned out. I did it about a week and a half ago. It's kind of hard for me to keep up with these videos because it takes a while for it to render out and all that jazz. But anyway, I'm getting into it right now, starting with the background first, because I really wanted to create this idea of an explosion behind her, as goes with a lot of my paintings. But I wanted to do a warmer tone in the background and then a cooler tone in front of it. It's kind of hard to balance out that warm versus cool idea. You really can't tell right now because all you really see are the silhouettes is kind of like the outline. But I want this dragon form above Maleficent in her humanoid form. And I want that dragon form, the inner body of it, to kind of radiate this this cooler atmosphere. And the only way I could really figure out how I've done that in other pieces is layering it from this yellow to green and then doing the warmer tones first. Because if you mix that blue in watercolors is very, very temperamental. If you touch it while it's dry, it typically invades the other space. It like bleeds into other stuff very easily. I'm kind of rushing along trying to keep up with this video. So I should tell you right now that like I did a little bit of touch up on Maleficent. I did a pink to purple, and I'm letting that dry out a bit. Now I'm going into the mouth of the dragon. I want it to be kind of the same as that inner glow, that yellow to green, to try and emphasize that cooler tones. And now I'm going back into that warmer tones because I got to lay that down first because it works better if I do the warmer stuff than it is doing the cooler stuff first. Because once again, if like you use blue is one of those colors that when you touch it, it just bleeds into everything. Now I'm kind of playing around with black. I don't like using black much because I usually like to emphasize just lots and lots of color. But this green on black is an idea I was having that I thought would look really great up against that cooler tone. So I'm doing that mouth of the dragon, and I got this highlight of a dark green. And now I'm playing around with the neck, letting some of those drips get down into that skin tone of the dragon because I really wanted to layer it out so that it looks like, you know, you got layers of cool colors kind of all put together. Plus, I feel like with watercolors, people love the medium. And when I'm painting, I don't really want to escape the medium. I want it to be apparent that this is watercolors. And I think that it's really neat how there's that organic vibe that watercolors has. And if you let it drip, it really emphasizes a sense of flow and directionalism. Man, I'm loving the way this dragon head looks. That dark black with the yellow and green for the eyes and mouth just really pop and makes a really solid, a very high contrast style. And I like that. I like my the various layers to really have a high contrast so they pop. They move out of each other. Because when you're making a composition, something I keep in my mind is how do I keep these layers separate from one another, but still have a flow where they move together very nicely. But separating things is really tough with watercolors because once again, you kind of have to make sure that you keep your brush strokes precise. Like with this, I'm doing Maleficent's head right now, and I wanted to leave, you know, these light lines in between her horns to match, you know, the character design. And that is really hard. I had to use a 0.1 brush for all that. I've been using a 0.1 brush more and more of late. I'm starting to get used to doing finer details. I recommend for anyone who's like starting off, start off with a 6 or a 4. The 0.1 is brutal. Unless you're really into that fine detail. I like the broader strokes to get the majority of the composition figured out first. You can kind of get an idea of what I'm planning on doing with this piece now. I mean, it's pretty cool having this dragon overlay over on top of Maleficent. And that yellow to red in the background as like an explosion really, to me, pops out beautifully against that black and green dragon head. With that dragon, I was kind of moving from that dark green into black, and then I had that green go into like a blue purple, and then that purple blue went into those greens, and then on the wings I went purple to black again. And kind of the reason why I want to do this, because in the background you've got this explosion, and I needed something that tied it all together that made it look like it matched. And that's why I did that, because I really wanted that heavy contrast once again to pop out on that dragon. So Maleficent, I'm touching up again more, making more drips, adding to that texture with that pink to purple. I love pink and purple. I think pink's just a fun color to use. As a complement anyway, not as a primary in my opinion. Now I'm just doing last up touch-ups, doing more dripping, creating that texture because I want it to look like it's layering out. I feel like that texture effect really does create a sense of depth along with the color, and to me it's kind of like icicles or something like that. It creates a cool almost cave setting, because like it's clear that this dragon is behind Maleficent, and those drips create that kind of texture and idea. Well, that's it. I think it turned out beautiful. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you got any comments, please let me know. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all those fun social medias. And until next time, you guys have a great day.